Hey everyone, this is On the Rise. I'm your host, Mike Feinberg. With me as always is Gerardo Ramos and Armando Gonzalez. How you guys doing?
Excellent, guys.
Good, thanks.
Our guest today is Cris Williams. He's fought with RIZE previously. We just want to talk to him and kind of find out what's going on. How you doing today, Cris?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. How's everything going with this pandemic around you?
I'm not too worried. I pray a lot, so I just hope I don't get the virus.
Yeah, it's not fun out there for anybody. I know we keep hearing a lot of updates, and this is why we're all coming to you quarantined from our own individual homes, respectively, in our own cities.
From our own little bubbles.
Do interviews these days, so this is how we're doing it for now. So, Cris, have you been able to train at all during this whole thing?
Maybe like 3 days tops out of 2 months, really. I just go to work. So
okay. What have you been able to do as far as training is concerned?
A little bit of cardio, some footwork, shadow boxing. That's about it.
Okay. And is that your normal routine, or do you have a lot more that you do normally when you're not kind of stuck in quarantine?
I'm just a little lazy, and haven't been too motivated to train recently. But now I'm starting to feel better and more comfortable at home. So now I'm preparing myself and trying to find the motivation so I can prepare myself for this next fight.
Okay. I know we just mentioned a minute ago, and we just showed some video and some pictures here of your previous fight here with us at RIZE back in January. It was a rooftop activity up there. What did you think of that venue, first of all? That was pretty unique, don't you think?
It was nice. Yeah. I'm always excited.
Well, it was your debut. You came out, you were doing kickboxing, obviously. A little different this time around. You plan on coming and making your MMA debut. What is your strength, would you say? Are you more about the kicks? Is that why you started out kickboxing, or are you more comfortable on the ground?
I mean, I feel like I'm well-rounded, so I can do a little bit of everything if I need to, but I don't know. I mean, kickboxing was the option, so I just took the first option that I had, and I asked Armando if I could fight just MMA for the next fight and then continue on doing that, so he said yeah. So.
Okay. And as far as your background, your style, how did you even get into fighting styles, and what was the first style you learned?
First style, probably watching Conor McGregor, Colby Covington, all the OGs of UFC and Bellator and all that.
Okay. So we want to get the fans to know a little bit about the fighters that are going to be on that next card. So, of course, you're there. We want to talk to you a little bit about you. So tell us a little bit about where you're from, where you live now, really what you do when you're not fighting.
What I do when I'm not fighting, I'm either working or just hanging out, like watching TV.
Okay. And where do you live now? What city? Where are you from?
Tamarack, if you know where that is.
Yeah, down in Broward. Sure. So that's born and raised and still living down that way, or have you moved around?
Yeah. Born and raised.
All right. Good stuff. And you got to bear with us a little bit on these dates. Obviously, that April 25th date is no more, but we are working towards trying to get a new date set up. And Armando's working around the clock trying to make sure he gets some backup dates set up and potential venues secured to make sure we can actually get this fight. I know he'll probably be one of the first people to actually get a fight card out there once all this stops and fighting resumes. So bear with us on that. But I wanted to transfer you over to Gerardo for a minute. I think he may have a question or two for you. I just want to check in on him. Gerardo, do you have something?
Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted to ask you about that camouflage bag you got back there. Were you in the military, or someone in your family served in the military?
Oh, no, I just always wanted one.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Hey, I know the National Guard's hiring right now, so yeah. Well,
I thought about the Army and all that. But...
Yeah, you thought about it?
Yeah, well, I thought about going into the Navy and the Marines, but I was at practice at Gibbons one time, at Cardinal Gibbons in Fort Lauderdale, and I got an opportunity to fight from Coach Mako, so I figured why not fight.
Yo, well, if you ever have any questions about it, man, you can reach out. I was a recruiter for the Army for 8 years, man. Well, 4 years, my bad. So if you ever got questions, hit me up. But my other question about your fight, man, is unfortunately you lost to decision. What do you think that was the right call?
Yeah, it's still early on in my career, so I'm not too worried about any losses right now. But for me, I kind of grade myself on hard skills, so anything after that, I have to keep winning. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. What could you have done better, you think?
Maybe kept the pace a little higher.
Yep. All right. Well, those are my questions, Mike.
All right, good stuff. Well, that's good. Obviously, it sounds like you just answered that question too. I was going to ask, which is just, where do you feel you can find some improvement? And you're saying just really with time is, I think, what you just answered. Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit? Do you think that there's any type of training you could do differently, maybe to prepare you for that type of style?
I don't really see, like, I'm like a fighter that just wants to fight and will fight anyone. And that's just kind of where I'm at. And I don't believe that anyone will beat me. So this is how I think. So
sorry to interrupt, guys, but that's what I like about this kid, man. This kid came to me, before our last show, and he was like, man, I don't care who I fight. I just want to fight. And, we matched him up, and, his opponent was very skilled, Tom Gormley, very skilled guy. So he held his thing, and, Cris was, I guess, in and out of fight camp, and went to a couple of different gyms. So I think you weren't getting in a lot of the training that you wanted to. But like I said, man, you got to keep the radar on this kid, because, if he gets a good group behind him and gets some good training, I think this kid's going to be great.
No, that's good stuff. I was actually just about to switch it over to you, Armand, and ask if you wanted to interject and say anything about it. So, I mean, please, if you have anything else you want to jump in and say, because we're probably just getting ready to wrap anyway.
Well, we got him fighting a gentleman out of Atlanta, Georgia, or actually somewhere up in the Georgia world. Actually, I'm sorry, Alabama. His name is David Davis. He's coming from Alabama, so this will be an interesting match to see both of these guys. David Davis has already fought once, lost the decision, I guess. Same thing with Cris. He made his kickboxing debut, and he lost the decision. But now Cris will be going in 0-0, doing his MMA debut. Cris, all I could say, man, is get your ass into some gym, man. Get some training behind you. We're going to extend the date, so it's obviously not going to be April 25th anymore. So we are stretching it out a few more weeks, maybe even a month, just, to give the fighters, the guys that we have already ready to go. We're going to give you guys a little more time just to get back into the gym, get some sparring in, get a little back to normality. I don't know if we'll be ever back, 100% full, but I hope so, man. I'm ready for this to be over with and ready to get the next promotion up and running, man.
Oh, you talking to me?
No, no. I was just mentioning that we're stretching the day, but yeah, I mean, I did say you better get your ass to the gym, man. Get some training. Well, not to the gym. Obviously, you can't get to the gym right now, but do some sprints, do some sit-ups, do some cardio.
I got you, Coach.
All right,
that's
Cris.
It for me, guys.
Yeah, Cris, it's been great talking to you. Thanks for your time. It gives us something to do here while we're all just sitting around and in quarantine. So if nothing else, it's been fun. And we'll talk to you again soon. Once we have that date set, we'll definitely be speaking to you. We'll get some of the other media guys out there to speak with you as well, get some interviews. And as Armando said, get some relevancy here going during this time that we're waiting. So again, thanks a lot for your time. We appreciate it, man. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Yes, sir. It was nice meeting you.
Looking forward, guys. Cris, like I said, be careful out there, stay safe, and looking forward to seeing you on the next card, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, guys.
All right.
All right,
care,
guys.
Man. Yep.
Thank you.